Hello and welcome to One Stop Co-op Shop Streamed, your one stop for co-op news and playthroughs. And today I am super excited. I got the Wasp deck the other day and I have not played it yet. I haven't had a chance, but I'm actually going to play it for the first time live with you today and just kind of show you what I do when I get a new deck. And so usually I'll go against Rhino, but I decided to do something a little different today. I'm going to go against Claw, but I do go just against Basic. I don't go to Advanced, and I play it right out of the box. So all I've done so far is load up this stuff. I added a modular. I think I added Agents of Hydra or something like that. I just added a random one, but I'm going to learn this deck along with you today, so I am super excited to play it. One thing I did notice is the mod has changed a little bit more than that as well. Like, you can easily now switch between seats, so I think that's so you could play true solo with like 2 or even 3 characters a lot easier. So that's kind of a neat thing that they've done. But let's run right into it. For those of you who haven't had a chance to play against Claw before or see one of our streams, the attack on the shield facility has been linked to an underground weapons network. So remember, Rhino attacked in the first one. He got a bunch of vibranium. It was attack. Your investigation reveals that the criminal enterprise is operated by Claw, an old rival of the Avengers. When revealed, discard cards from the encounter deck until a minion is revealed. Put that minion into play, engage with the first player. Now, I should draw my cards and stuff like that first, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to do this until I find a minion and put them in play, engage with me. All right, so let's find out a little bit about Wasp. And I just realized I don't have the chat up, so I'll have to go back and forth to see the chat. But please, do not hesitate to chat stuff in. I'll just have to remember to go back and forth. I wish there was a way for you guys to like signal me, hey, dummy, look at the chat. But that's all right. It'll be good. So, Nadia Van Dyne. She is a girl. Action. Shuffle up to 2 cards with the printed science resource from your discard pile into your deck. Limited once per round. Oh, so that will keep me from decking myself and put some of my science stuff. Girl, Girl, is dedicated to finding brilliant women who will not only save the world, but change it. Very cool. All right, so I have 11 hit points, hand size of 6. Let's draw up and see what we get. So again, these are going to be just as new to me as they are to you. Boot Camp. Play under any player's control, max 1 per player. Each ally you controlled gets +1 attack. Interesting. So I'm going to right away discard that because that's 3 resources. It's a great card, but I'm not going to play it the first turn. Plus it's got a science resource, so I can actually just shuffle it back into my deck. So that's pretty exciting. Hero attack deals 7 damage to the enemy. If you are in tiny hero form, this attack deals 1 additional damage to the enemy and gains overkill. Huh. Okay. Quinn Carrier, we know that one. It's wonderful. Ooh, extra resources, always good on the first turn. Lion Weight, max 1 per player. Hero response. After a minion engages you, discard Lion Weight, deal 3 damage to that minion. Oh, so it's kind of like Hawkeye, except it's like a one-time ability. All right. I like the fact that they're adding more preparations to the game. That'll make my favorite hero, Widow, better. Powers in all of us, max 2 per deck. Double the number of resources this card generates when playing for a basic gray card. Ooh, we haven't seen this before, and with Quinn Carrier in my hand, that's super exciting. All right, so I'm going to discard this. You know what? Because this is a science resource, I'm going to discard it. Gosh, I would love to do that 7 damage, but I want to see more cards, and I want to, take full advantage of this ability. So we'll see how that goes. All right, drawing 3 more cards. Hopefully I get some cool stuff. Boot Camp. I got another one of those. Oh, I'm just realized. Oh, max 1 per player. So I cannot use more than one of those. All right. Into the Fray. Deal 6 damage to a minion for each point of excess damage dealt by this attack. Remove a threat from the main scheme. Oh, so that lets you not only kill minions, but remove threat from the main scheme. I think it said main scheme. Yeah, main scheme. So unfortunately, we got a side scheme at the beginning here. It's not going to do much to help us with that. Ooh, Thor. Oh, and this is the Jane Foster Thor. So we got 2 attack, 1 thwart. After you play Thor from your hand, deal 2 damage to the villain. 3 damage if you paid for this using a fist resource. You may want to eat my hammer. Or you want to eat my hammer? Then by all means, take a big bite. Sweet. All right, I'm pretty excited with this opening hand. Can't get everything out that I want to, obviously. but we'll see how this goes. Now, before I get too far into this, ooh, look at this. There are little arrows here now, but you could also use the 1, 2, and 3 as always, I'm sure. Yep, so Tiny Avenger here. So she's 1, 1, 2, small but mighty, response after Wasp or any event you play defeats a minion or side scheme, deal 1 damage to the villain. Okay. And when she is Giant Wasp, let's see. Threat you remove using the basic thwart power can be divided among schemes as you choose. Oh, so you can do 2, but you can divide it up however you want. And damage you deal using your basic attack power can be divided up amongst enemies as you choose. So again, you really want to increase that damage and thwart as naturally as possible, so that way you get more splitting. Alrighty, so let's get started. Well, I'm going to use these 2 resources to get Quinn Carrier out. And kind of like that, but I know I got another one in my deck. So let's pay this to play Quinn Carrier, and let's be honest, I'm just going to play Thor anyway. Oh, before I do much more, let me... Oh. This will let me potentially put different things in. Let's see, with a printed... So I can't put this wild one back in, unfortunately. But I am going to put this one back in, and I'll put a boot camp back in. Why not? Still got another one there. All right, so I'm going to put that back in and shuffle the deck back up. All right, so Quinn Carrier. Only if you're the Avenger. Well, I'm not the Avenger yet. Oops. That doesn't work here. I'm going to go to giant size because, of course, I am. All right, so let's see. Although if I'm tiny, I get to deal 1 damage to the villain. Yeah, no, that's not worth it. I'd rather do 2 from here. Let's see. What's my defense is 3 here. My defense is 2 here. All right, yeah, I'm going to go giant on this one. So let's see. I guess it doesn't much matter because I'm not playing that anyway. All right, so that's 1 resource. I am an Avenger now. 2, 3 resources, 4 resources. And actually, I played Quinn Carrier out of order. I can only play it if my Avenger has the Avenger trait, so I would have had to go Giant first, but that's okay, because actually one of the cards I put back in was already in the discard anyway. So it worked out. All right, Thor, response. After you play Thor from your hand, deal 2 damage to the villain, 3 instead if you paid for it using a fist. Well, none of these were fists, but Quinn Carrier actually is a random resource, or a wild resource, so it's going to be 3. So 3 damage. 1, 2, 3 to Claw. Come on, Claw. All right, so what's this? So I can't remove threat from the main scheme while this is here. When revealed, place an additional threat per player here, right? Claw's criminal enterprise is protected by a gang of hired thugs. So I have some things to think about. You know what? I changed my mind. I'm going to go Tiny Wasp. Sorry about that. So I am going to attack this here for 2 damage. And he just has guard and toughness. Ooh, he enters play with tough. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going to attack by myself first to do no damage, get rid of the tough, and then 2 damage here. So 2 damage, unfortunately. All right, that wasn't exactly what I wanted. I was actually hoping to kill him with Small But Mighty, and then after you defeat an enemy or side scheme, deal 1 damage to the enemy. I was hoping to do that, but that's okay. That's fine. Thor has 4 life, so that's good. I got that going for me. All right, so that's it. So my hand size will be 5 here. If I was in giant size, it would have also been 5. Huh. Interesting. So the reason I say that is Ant-Man is different. He's only 4 in giant size. Well, all right, so there probably wasn't a benefit of being in tiny size, except maybe I'll poke him at the beginning of next turn and get an extra damage in. But we'll see. So let's unexhaust everything, draw my 5 cards, and let's get to the enemy turn. All right, so we're going to increase threat by 1. We are going to have him attack. He just gets 2 boost cards when he attacks. So that's 1 and 2. I did not defend, so it's 3 damage plus put weapons runner into play engaged with you. Well, that's not great. I don't love all of that. And 3 damage to me. 1, 2, 3. And now Armored Guard's going to attack for 1. So that's 1 more damage. Weapon Runner's going to attack for 1. So that's another 1 damage. And this has not started out swimmingly, but let's see what happens next. Wasn't there something about when somebody engages you? No, I don't think so. All right, let's flip this. Oh, and Claw gets plus 10 hit points. When the scheme is defeated, Claw loses those hit points. Alrighty. So, and then 3 per player, which is exactly this. So I will unlock it, and I will copy this, and oops, that is not what I wanted to copy. I wanted to copy this little thingy here. So let's copy it, let's paste it. Alrighty, so plus 10 hit points. That puts him to 19. And not the start I wanted. Thanks. I see there's people out there watching. Appreciate you guys joining in today. Please feel free to chat in. And I will check in on the chat periodically. All right, but let's get to my turn now that we've got all this bad stuff on the board. Ooh, I've got Ant-Man. He's a 2/2. While you are in giant form, Ant-Man gets a giant trait and plus 1 attack. And while in tiny hero form, Ant-Man gets tiny trait and gets plus 1 thwart. Well, that would be really good. I would actually really like to get Ant-Man out so I could thwart probably this scheme. Yeah, because I'm not worried about this. I don't want to keep accelerating, and I don't want him to have plus 10 life. So my main goal this turn is getting Ant-Man out, but let's see what else. There's Boot Camp. It keeps coming back. Into the Fray was a good one. 6 damage to a minion for each excess point. Remove. Ooh. Oh, main scheme. Never mind. Nope. That is good, though. I really do like that they're making aggression better at, or at least able to thwart to some degree. All right, hero response. Attack. After a minion engages you, discard Lion Weight. Oh, I got 2 of those. All right, so let's see what I can do. Ant-Man, definitely the priority here. Small but mighty. After Wasp defeats a minion, deal 1 damage to the villain. All right, so let's start with that. Wasp, doing 1 damage, is going to defeat this minion and do 1 damage to the enemy. Next things next, I am going to play Boot Camp into the Fray and one of my Lion Weights to play Ant-Man. And then I'll use Quinn Carrier to put the other Lion Weight in play, waiting for another minion to engage me because they seem to want to do that. All right, so Thor has 2 attack. She's going to get rid of the Weapons Runner over here. Goodbye, Weapons Runner. Oops. Let's gather these up. There we go. And then Ant-Man has Tiny and Thwart. So she's going to tinily, or he, I'm sorry, because this is, which Ant-Man is this? This is the Scott Lang Ant-Man. So you could not play this card if you are also playing with Ant-Man. But that's okay. You know, it's still a resource. But I'm glad I'm not right now because, boom, I can remove 3 threat from this scheme and get rid of it. And which takes 10 points off of Claw's life, which I like. Makes me happy. Do I stay in tiny form? If I go to big form, I get better defense. So I'm actually going to go to big form because I might block this turn. I got a lot of other stuff going on. So I'm pretty happy with that. And since I still get 5 cards on this big size, I'm going to do that. All right. So let me draw my hand of 5 cards and see what's coming up. I guess I should check this beforehand. All right. Action. If you're a giant hero, deal 4 damage divided among all enemies as you choose. Action. If you're in tiny form, deal 5 damage to an enemy. So 1 single enemy in tiny form. I like how it's... Yeah. I like how these cards are different based on what form you're in. And they're not exactly what you would think they would be. You know, you're thinking tiny would be thwarting. Giant would be... attacking, but it's just a different type of attack, and that makes me happy. Remove 3 threat from scheme. Remove a total of 4 divided among schemes you choose instead if you're in giant hero form, which I am. So yeah, that might be good because we need to take 3 off of this, and then we can get threat off the main scheme as well. Let's see. Red Room Training. While you're in giant hero form, you gain Retaliate 1. Ooh, so this is an upgrade. It just stays in play. While you're in tiny hero form, your basic attack gains Piercing, discarding any tough status cards. Oh, I definitely want to get that in play. I'm certainly not discarding it. Hero Note. When you use one of your hero's basic powers, attack, thwart, or defense, change to giant form and get +2 to that power for this use. So there's been some debate about this, whether you can play it while you're in giant form. The consensus seems to be you can play it while you're in giant form, and you stay in giant form and you get +2 to your power. And then you kind of do the attack. And then just extra resources for after you spend this, heal 2 damage from your hero in giant form or draw a card in tiny form. Yes. It's not 2 resources. I kind of guessed there. I was wrong. Pin Particles are the same thing that were in Ant-Man's deck, and it's a really good card. It lets me heal when right now it looks like I'm going to need that. All right, so first things first on the enemy phase, we are going to add 1 threat. And then they are going to attack me. I'm going to defend with my 3 defense and double boost for claw. That's 2 damage plus star. If you're in hero form, the villain attacks you after this activation. Do not deal any boost cards for that attack. Okay, so attacks me for a total of 2. And then attacks me again for a total of 0, which will go undefended because if you notice on Claw's card, it's attack of 0, but they get 1 additional boost card. That's why I've been flipping 2. All right, so that's that. So they, Claw attacks me again, but for a whole lot of nada. Ooh, Hydra Flame Soldier. After Hydra Flame Soldier makes an undefended attack against you, discard a support you control. Well, that's not good. Boost. All right, well, it's not a boost. It is a Hydra Flame Soldier, but guess what? I have a Lion Weight. Hero response, attack. After your minion engages you, discard it to deal 3 damage to that minion. I will do that. So that is 3 damage, which makes me happy. 3 out of their 4 damage. And actually, if I go to tiny Wasp form here and do 1 damage there. Oh, no. I've got this card too. Giant Help. Remove 3 threat from scheme. That wasn't the one. If you're in giant form, deal a total of 4 damage divided among enemies as you choose. So, or tiny form, deal 5 to an enemy. So I could actually do that straight to Claw over there. Well, first thing, I definitely want to play something using these Pin Particles so I heal 2. Because I'm in a little bit of hurt right now. So that's 1. And I'm going to get rid of, I might be able to remove 3 threat from a scheme. Kind of want to do that, but I kind of want to do that. So Wasp, Sting, you're out of here. So I'm playing 2 to do this. I get Retaliate 1 while in tiny form. Using your basic attack gains piercing. All right. I still want it. All right. So I I was thinking something. Don't I get to heal for some reason? I thought I get to heal. Why do I get to heal? Threat remove. If you're in giant hero form, retaliate 1. I thought there was something with healing. Did I Oh, here you go, because I used Pin Particles. Sorry. Yes. All right. I knew there was something. Sorry, I am brand new to this deck. That's part of the fun of this. Hopefully you're enjoying that. You're yelling at your screen right now going, seriously? Come on. It's a Pin Particles. You've used that in Ant-Man. You know that. I knew there was a reason I wanted to play that right now while I was in giant form before I turned to tiny. Because I do think I'm going to turn to tiny. Wait. I'm sorry. So I want to stay in giant for now because giant help lets me thwart better. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play 1, 2 to play giant help, which lets me remove 4 threat divided among schemes as I choose. So there's 3 there. Goodbye network defense, and then 1 more to the main scheme. All right, and while I'm in giant form, Ant-Man is also in giant form, so he's going to get 3 attack. So actually, being in giant form right now seems to be the way to go. So 3 attack. 1, 2, 3. We get... She is just going to kill this Hydra Flame Soldier over here. Yep. Sorry, Hydra Flame Soldier. I cannot allow you to burn me today. And I guess I don't care about being in tiny form right now, so... Oh, if I had changed to tiny form, then I could have done 1 damage. That's okay. That's all right. I'm going to stay in giant form. I'm going to stick with what I am. I get retaliate 1. which is okay because I'm going to do that 1 damage in a second anyway. If you're in tiny form, use the basic attacks. Gain piercing. Yep, so if I need piercing, that'll be great. All right, but that is that for this turn, and I'm going to stay in giant form. I am going to draw up to 5 cards. I really like that she draws 5 cards. Ooh, power in all of us. Max double the number of resources for playing gray cards. Unfortunately, I don't have any gray cards. Ooh, Wasp's Helmet. When you're in giant form, +1 thwart. When you're in tiny form, +1 attack. Sweet. More pin particles, so I can heal myself even more. Double for power of aggression for an aggression card. Unfortunately, I don't have an aggression card or a basic card. I got a lot of resources in this hand, but that's okay because I guess I'm just going to play Wasp's Helmet and Pinpoint Strike. Hero action, deals 7 damage to an enemy. If you're in tiny hero form, attack deals 1 additional damage to that enemy and gains overkill. Oh, very nice. Nice. So I would probably switch to tiny form, but first I'm going to attack with Ant-Man so he gets that plus attack. This is all theoretical, of course, until I see what they do. Checking the chat. Not much going on in the chat right now. All right, so let's keep going. All right, so he has 5. He attacks me with double boost. I am going to block. So that defends for 3. We'll see what their boost does. First one adds 1. Second one adds star. If this activation deals damage to you, exhaust your hero. Well, thankfully, I defended. So, no, it did not. So, it's only 1 damage. He takes 1 from Retaliate because I'm in giant form because of Red Room training. And that is that. So, let's draw a card. Let's keep going. Give to the Nadia Van Dyne player. You may flip to your alter ego form. Nope. Remove red dreams from the game. Well, I can't do that right now. Or discard each card with a printed resource from your hand and take 1 damage. Discard this obligation. So does anything... yes. Unfortunately, my big attack does have that resource, and I have to discard it from my hand. And I have to take a damage. That was not ideal. I did not like that very much. So, this goes away, and let's start my turn. I mean, at least it was just from your hand, because that would have sucked to lose Quinn Carrier. So, anyway, while Ant-Man, I think, only has 3 life, he does. He's going to sacrifice himself for the greater good, do his 3 damage. Oops, why am I going to discard him in the enemy's discard pile? I am not. 1, 2, 3. Huh. What's this again? Alright, so I'm going to play 2 for that. So that's 1, 2 for my helmet. I'm paying it with pin counters, so I get 2 life back. So the only way for me to kill Claw right now would be to use Thor to do it. But I think I'm going to wait. I'm just going to kill him on a Retaliate, I think. Yeah, I'm going to kill him on the Retaliate. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. All right, the question is, do I keep both of these double resource cards in my hand? I think I'm going to do that as well. And I mean, if I get a gray or a red card, I'm good. I can't keep getting resources, right? This is like getting mana screwed in Magic. I have a lot of resources. Ooh, I have Wasp. James Van Dyne Wasp. Wait a minute, is that me? No, I'm Nadia Van Dyne, so that is my mother. Cool. So Mama can come help me in a minute. I also have Giant Help, which lets me switch giants and into the fray. 6 damage to a minion. For each access point, it removes threat from the main scheme. Sweet. I like all of that. All right, so let's start with adding 1 threat to the main scheme. Oops, I should have unexhausted. I am going to block, defend for 3, and I'm going to retaliate, but let's see how much damage they do first. That's 2, and that's 1 for a total of 3. So I take 0 damage, and I do retaliate, defeating Claw. So we are going to advance Claw to his 2nd stage. When he does that, when revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for the Immortal Claw and reveal it. Well, we remember that one. We had that one earlier. So, actually, I will just right-click, and I will search for IMM. That's the Immortal Claw. Pull it out. That's plus 10 hit points. We already got those plus 10 hit points because he's 18 plus those 10. We're going to put this threat counter on it. And we know what this is. Claw's Master of Sound allows him to restore his solid form through sheer power of will. And then it's going to increase the threat tracker every turn if I don't deal with that. But that's okay because, you know, I'm here. Mama's here. I feel like we got a lot of stuff going on. All right. So now I will have him reveal the next card. Armored Guard. Tough. Tough, tough, tough. I don't like that, but I have a way of making myself piercing, I'm pretty sure. When you're in Tiny Hero form, your basic attack gain piercing. Discard tough status before dealing damage. So there you go. We got that going for us. And you +1 attack when in Tiny form. So that would actually be 2 attack and piercing. If there was a way for me to get 1 more attack, that would be amazing. But I don't think there is. But I do have Wasp. Gets +1 hit point for each Pim counter on her. When Wasp enters play, place 1 Pim counter on her to a maximum of 3 for each resource you overpaid for Wasp. But it's got to be lightning resources. Well, I do have 3 lightning resources I could pay, and actually Quinn Carrier could count for a lightning resource. Ooh, she's red, so this is 2 in and of itself, and this would be 3. All right, so let's do that. All right, so there's 2, 3 to get Wasp in play with 3 counters on her. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I keep thinking I'm going to attack and get rid of piercing and all that. I can't do any of that because I am not active. Into the fray. Deal 6 damage to a minion. For each point of excess, remove a threat from the main scheme. You know, I think I want to do that, but I'm going to have to knock off this tough status first. The best, remove 3 threat from a scheme. 4 divided among schemes. Nope, don't want to do that. All right, so Thor, who has been awesome, by the way. I love this card. One of my new favorite allies. I mean, just 2 attack, 4 life. It's just good. Deal 2 damage to the villain or 3 when you put her in play. She just, I don't know, good, solid hero. I guess nothing super special, but good, solid hero. Or ally, rather. All right, so 2 to get rid of tough. That is gone. And then I am going to, and what's Wasp? 3 attack, 1 thwart. When Wasp enters play, oh, we already got all that. Oh, no flavor text. Come on, Ma. I want some flavor text. All right, so into the fray. Wait, why did I think I could pay for into the fray when I cannot? I am confused. What did I do wrong here? Nothing, I guess. I just miscalculated, but that's okay. I don't need into the fray. It's a little less damage on the villain, but I can take the Armored Guard out with Mom over here with the other Wasp. So that's okay. I mean, it is what it is, right? And then I can play Giant Help. Remove 3 threat or 4 divided among all schemes as you choose instead if you're in giant form. That actually might be a better play anyway. I think they were like, dude, that was a terrible play you were going to play. Why not do this? Remove 4 total threat. So here we go. That's 3 from this one to reduce his health by 10. So I got that going for me. That does not go there. That goes there. And then 1 more from the main scheme, and he's going to lose 10 life immediately because he's no longer the Immortal Claw. He is very much Mortal Claw. Alrighty. Well, that's that. Let's unexhaust everything. Yeah, I'm not really using my basic attack or thwart because I just continually defend myself, which, I don't know. It's worked out pretty good so far. We'll see if the trend continues. So I'm going to draw 5 cards. Double resource. Pinpoint strike. I may actually go to tiny form at some point this game. 1 additional damage and gains overkill. Although, again, it's not necessary. Only if there's an enemy out there. 2 resource for paying for red card, which I do have, but it's only a 1 cost red card. Your response. After you change form, deal 3 damage to an enemy. 4 instead if you paid for it using a red. Ooh, I like that. So if I change to tiny, not only do I get 1 additional damage here, but I'll get to do 3 here. That all seems good. Wasp Sting. If you're in giant hero form, deal 4 damage divided among enemies you choose. Hero action attack. If you're in tiny form, deal 5 damage to an enemy. Oh, there's just more damage. I like it. Well, I guess that's the whole point of this deck is damage. I'm probably going to just take his attack with that being said, and not defend this time. So we'll see. 1 threat is added to the scheme. We're 3 out of 6. Don't have to worry about it yet. I am just going to take this. When revealed, search your encounter deck, discard file for Immortal Claw. Force interrupt. When Claw attacks, give an additional boost card. All right, so that's 1 plus whatever that says, plus 1. So I take a total of 2 damage. Claw takes a total of 1 damage from my Retaliate. And what's this star? If this card resolves during an undefended attack, discard a support you control. Well, that's not nice. That's not nice at all. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Let's see. Upgrade. Oh, the only support I have is the Quinn Carrier. Well, that's not nice at all. You know, sometimes I don't like the the star cards, but if you were meant to like them, then that wouldn't be good. They certainly, make the game fun and exciting overall. When stuff like that happens. Yes, it's a bummer at the time when it happens, but at the end of the day, you'd rather have that than the game be flat and boring. Hero form, Claw attacks you. If this attack deals damage, place a threat on the main scheme. Okay, Claw. So Claw's going to attack me. If I draw double 3s, I will be dead. That's the question, do I defend? I mean, I don't need to attack for that. All right. I'm gonna defend this time. So nothing, and put Weapons Runner into play with you. Okay, so bottom line is I took no damage there, so I don't add a threat. I do have a Weapons Runner now, which if he was revealed from the deck he would have surged, but not because he was revealed from a boost. Okay, plus 1 hit point for each pin counter. That's 3 damage. I don't think I care about the Weapons Runner too much. Maybe deal 7 damage to an enemy if you're in tiny form. This attack deals 1 additional. And gets overkill. So I could do that. I could just smack and then 1 more. All right, so let's see what resources I have. I have 2, 3, and then 1 for the surprise attack. So that's what I'm going to have to do. All right. So I want to switch for that one, and then after you switch form, deals plus 3 damage, or 3 damage to an enemy. 4 if you paid for it using a fist, which I can. I can pay for it using this. And then I'm going to lose this, but that's okay. All right, so I'm switching to tiny form. Let's do that. I am going to do my Wasp pinpoint strike for a total of 7 damage to an enemy. If you're in tiny form, it does 1 additional, so it's 8. And overkill. So overkill means I do 2 here, and then the other 6 points carry over to Claw. Makes them down to 11. All right, not going to complain about that. And then I'm going to surprise attack. After you change form, deal 3 damage to an enemy, 4 instead if you paid for it using a fist. I think I would have had to do that first, like legitimately right when I transformed, but whatever. 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we are going to beat him around the face and neck with Wasp, who does another 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. And I can't remember if I retaliated the second time they attacked me. I think I forgot to do that. Well, let's see. I did 6. And I did 4, so that's 10. And then I did 3. So yeah, that's only 1 retaliate I did. Yes. So actually, 1 more damage. Yep. So I know I did 3 plus 10 from my cards. So it would have been 13, 14 from my first retaliate, 15 should have been from my second retaliate. Yep, and he had 18 to begin with, so I believe I got it right now. All right, well, I mean, it's looking pretty good right now. I really do like this Wasp deck. It's a lot of fun. Ooh, surprise attack again for changing forms. I get to do that twice. Play under... Oh, I can only do that once, though, after you change form. I don't know. Actually, you can usually double play something if it's triggered. Actually, maybe I would be able to do it twice. But whatever. I got Pinpoint Strike. I got Boot Camp, which... Boot Camp's pretty good for this deck, though. It's funny. They've actually made this aggression deck very ally So, I mean, I think they're trying to compete with leadership a little bit with some of these allies and things you can do with your allies in this deck, which I like. I think it's a nice change of pace and gives aggression a lot more, just a lot more flexibility. So I definitely like what this set is adding. All right, so we're going to add 1 threat to the main scheme. We are going to have him attack, and yeah, I'm going to block it. So I'm in tiny form, so I only block for 2. What are these things I get? In tiny form, basic attack gains piercing. Well, haven't done that yet. +1 attack, haven't done that yet. Okay, she is just a very aggressive hero, but she has enough thwart in her deck to deal with it too. So I don't know. I'm really, really happy with Wasp deck right now. So I'm getting attack for 1. I'm getting double boosted. That's a star. I don't know what that is yet, but I'll figure it out. 3. So that's a total of 4 damage. So I'm going to take 2. Going to retaliate for 1. And then let's see what this is. Boost. If you're in hero form, the villain attacks you after this activation. Do not deal any boost cards to that activation. Wow. He really wants to kill himself. All right. So he attacks me for 1, and I retaliate for 1. It is what it is. Good job, Claw. Keep beating yourself up. Why are you punching yourself? Why are you punching yourself? Yeah. Shadows of the Past. Oh, well, we get to see the set aside Nemesis set. Hopefully it doesn't have Defend, because that would be terrible. Hopefully it doesn't have something else that's like super terrible. I mean, not anything good ever. Ooh, there are beetles in here. Shuffle that into there. All right, so let's see. Beetle, criminal with guard. Of course it has guard. Of course it has guard. Why wouldn't it have guard? But that doesn't really matter. So I can't attack directly, but I did have pinpoint strike, so that'll take care of that anyway. Force interrupt. When Beetle is defeated, choose to either spend a fist resource or shuffle Beetle into the encounter deck. Oh, so you can spend a fist to, defeat him as normal, or if you don't spend the fist, you shuffle it into the encounter deck. So this Beetle just won't go away. Not going to die. All right, Mother's orders. Mother has sent one of her most devious henchmen after Wasp, hoping to recapture the Red Room escapees. As an additional cost, each hero may make a basic attack. As an additional cost for each hero to make a basic attack, that hero must spend 1 of any resource. All right, and this is going to start with 2 on it. Interesting. Oh, that's Claw 1. I put it on the wrong one. I do that a lot. If you guys watch me and Terrence play, I do that all the time. All right, as additional cost, yeah. No, that's not good. So, but not going to have to worry about it because I am not making a basic attack. I am making a pinpoint strike. So that's going to cost me 3. Pinpoint strike plus 1, 2, 3. Easy enough. All right, let's remember what pinpoint strike does here. Deal 7 damage to an enemy. If you're in tiny form, which I am, it's 8. And additional damage to the enemy gains overkill. So 8 damage, 4 of which goes here. I am not going to spend the fist. You go ahead and get shuffled right back in there. That's 4 damage and then 4 splash over. Boom, boom, boom. -3. Boom. And there's Wasp. So that was my first time playing. Yes, as I said earlier, I do have the official Marvel Champions Wasp. I honestly kept it out just in case there were any questions that I needed answers to for the FAQ. But I like her set of cards a lot. I am super excited. Not only am I super excited to play Wasp more, but I am super excited for what it's going to add to my aggression decks as well. So really, really fun. Definitely recommend checking her out if you get a chance. But thanks for joining me today.